What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass, like and subscribe. So, it seems that the PS Plus service, the Game Pass competitor from Jim Lion crying Ryan's mouth, we have a Game Pass competitor. Y'all say what it is gonna be fabulous, right? I don't know if he said that, but it sounded just like him, didn't it? Yeah, that seems to be failing, in a sense. Let me explain. So, the great con of 2022 was Jim Ryan and company creating this new PlayStation Plus tier system, whatever, effectively increasing the price of PlayStation Plus. And that's why they did it, A. And the fact that PlayStation Plus lost 2 million subscribers. I mean, that's a lot of 2 million. It's not like, no. It's not like, 100,000, no. Not like 2 million. Lost 2 million subs. And they just created that new. They just made PS Plus, the new PS Plus is brand new in all intents and purposes. And they already lost 2 million subs. How? Okay. I was listening to Jeff Grubb. I was listening to all these podcasts today, and some of them said, "Well, you know, it'll bounce." No. He was actually reading from the financials, because that's where these numbers came from. The Sony financials saying, "Oh yeah, we plan to recoup some of the numbers when we get some more new games in there." I'm like, "What new games you talking about? Because you don't have day and date." That's why people would say, "Nah, B." You know why? See, here's the thing. Y'all made this new service called PlayStation Plus or whatever, right? Fooling people, thinking it's like Game Pass, and it's not even close to Game Pass. And the one important thing which you refuse to do is to put in those day and date. The day and date is the key to getting it to grow. On the other hand, Xbox, while they didn't make their numbers of 78 million subs on Game Pass this year or whatever, this fiscal year, for Satya's bonus, hey, they did grow still with no games. Explain that. I said this before. Explain that to me. How does PlayStation Plus is the best? They're number one. Oh my gosh. And they lost 2 million subs. Meanwhile, your boys over at Xbox grew 28% with no games. How? Something's going on. I don't know, man. Y'all are, yeah. I mean, that's wishful thinking on Sony's part, on their executives' part, thinking that, oh yeah, it's gonna grow once we get some newer games in there from the newness that whatever the new games. What's the new game gonna be? God of War Ragnarok next year. That's when it's gonna grow next year. It makes sense, but it's not gonna grow. Meanwhile, another. I was gonna make these two videos, but I was like, you know what? This all this information kind of came today to me. Mainly this right here, PSVR. PSV. Oh my gosh! When Jeff Grubb said the magic numbers, I said, oh hell to the no. Are they out their damn mind? Okay? So, the problem with I haven't even said it yet. It's so hilarious to me. And now everybody who's waiting for PSVR, like, oh, I can't wait for the next generation of VR. And I'm like, really? So PSVR 2 is going to be $550 US. Keep in mind, the $550 US is the cheapest of all of the world. Because, you know, the world is burning. So, in Japan, it's like 74 bazillion gazillions yen, or whatever it is, equivalent to $750. If you do one-to-one with the yen, which is not, but that's when it was one-to-one. In Britain pounds, it's 600 Is it 600 or is it 539, I think, or something? And the pound is stronger, I believe. Euros, I think it's 650 or something like that. It's ridiculous. I was like, y'all, it's like, it's so hilarious. I want to see what these fanboys are. I want to see what the pony's gonna say about this. And when they announced 11 games for PSVR, come on, son. Y'all know those PSVR games are like, they're hot trash garbage. They're like, yeah, nah. I was like, oh, how good? It's all good. I don't wanna, you know. Horizon, Call of the Mountain might be the best thing. If they get Half-Life Alyx, maybe that'll be alright. But no, not for $550. And it's still wired. How you gonna sell a wired peripheral for $550? Granted, it does come with the controllers, but still, no, no. And here's another thing. I think what's gonna happen is that they're gonna, at first they're gonna sell. Well, they're selling a bundle, the bundle with the controllers. Plus, they'll have a bundle with, I think, Horizon Call of the Mountain for $600, I believe. And I'm like, $600, really? And that's, you still need a PlayStation 5, by the way. So $500 plus $600, $1,100? Are you serious? Come on, son. And there's about to be a recession. If y'all didn't know, if y'all haven't been paying attention, watching the news and such, listening to finances peoples, yeah, we about to go into recession. And Sony's like, yeah, let's make everything more expensive for all the recession people. I'm like, do they expect to make money? Because they're counting on their successes, their past successes. But what they're doing is setting themselves up for failure, because I don't think the PSVR 2 is going to be good enough to be like, oh, besides, you need a killer app. Remember that terminology? There's no killer app for the PlayStation VR 2, PSVR 2. Horizon Call of the Mountain, that ain't it. Half-Life Alyx, probably the best thing in VR. That ain't it. It's going to be a little indie game like Beat Saber or something. That ain't it either. Because you can play that on anything. So, yeah, nah, they're out of their minds, and it's going to be hilarious. I hope they can sell the 2 million that they plan on making, because I don't know. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, pre-orders are being sold now, and then people are buying them. But I didn't hear the words, it's sold out. Is it sold out? Or what might be happening, again, the scalpers are going to buy up all the PlayStation VR 2s, buy up all those 2 millions, and then, scalp them up. And that's what's going to happen. So they can sell through their 2 million number and look like they know what they're doing. But come on, son, it's going to be just like the PSVR 1. They're gonna put it out there, put a couple games out, put the 11 games out. I mean, all 11 games aren't even new games. Some of them are backwards compatible games. They're making them, which is something that I was like, oh, maybe they'll charge for them. But no, they're doing it for free. Yay, because they know they have to, because they ain't got no choice, because they ain't got no game. And yeah, it's now PSVR for $550. They're out of their minds. And it's like, I don't know. This generation is really crazy. And I'm waiting for the fallout. I'm waiting. See, the only thing, which has historically been the case, the only reason why Sony is still so successful as they are, is because they have been kind of operating without any true competition, and they're trying to stifle true competition. That's why they're making a big deal about the CMA and the Call of Duty stuff, right? So once the real competition gets into gear, I know that's a lame excuse and it's a lame thing to say, but it's what's happening now. So once that does happen, I think it's a wrap. I think Sony's going to be just, part of the regular. They're not going to be so special. They're definitely not going to be number one in the same sense that they are right now. So, the time is ticking on Sony's dominance. And, it's like a parent, right? It's right in front of our faces. It's like, okay, they're making all the wrong moves. They're making all the wrong decisions as far as customers' well-being, customer satisfaction or just consumer facing. All the wrong moves. They don't care. All they care about is their bottom line, which is fine, but they are losing face. And I want to know how the Japanese leaders feel about that. That's what I want to know. Because this is not a good look. This is not like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Or, oh, we're so proud to be Sony because people love us or whatever. And, the people who are praising Sony and all that stuff is a small vocal minority that's doing that. Just like there's a small vocal minority whenever anything good on the Sony side is that. And then you have the casuals who don't know any better. And the fact that they still have a stranglehold on Call of Duty is helping Sony maintain that right now. Once again, going back to the whole CMA thing and why they're so scared. If they lose that stranglehold, they're gonna lose. And it seems to me how everything's going down, they're gonna lose. Because Microsoft is literally operating in a way that is just like, the deal is done, basically. That's how they're operating. Like, how I'm watching that, and I'm watching what they're saying, and I'm going on. I boot up my Xbox, and I'm looking on the page, and there's a whole bunch of Call of Duty stuff everywhere. And granted, the game just came out, for sure. And everything that Phil Spencer says, he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, pertaining to the Activision stuff, the Blizzard stuff, the King stuff. He's describing and explaining their plans. Not like, oh, if it goes through, it's like, no, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna da-da-da-da-da. Like it's done already. If you listen to when he's specifically talking about Call of Duty, it's like they already own them. So pay attention to those things. Now maybe he knows something that I don't. Maybe if the CMA says no, we're blocking the deal, right? Then they go to court or whatever. So what does that mean? Does that mean that in the UK they can't sell Call of Duty? Or they won't? I mean, they can still buy as far as I understand it, they can still buy it. The deal could still go through. The CMA could sue Microsoft and then they'll go to court, whatever, right? But like Brazil passed it, Saudi Arabia passed it. I'm pretty sure the US is gonna pass it as well. Because you have to think about it this way. I know I probably said sorry before, but Microsoft is an American company. Sony is a Japanese company. The United States, I would doubt it highly that the United States would back a foreign company before they backed an American company. You know what I mean? And they look at all the data. Look at all the data. And it's like, oh yeah, they're not even number one. What's gonna happen? They look at all these factors, not just, oh, it's gonna hurt Sony. Who cares? The United States government doesn't care about Sony Corp. Okay, they don't care about their bottom line. Japan does, and Europe does, because that's where Jim Ryan's from. See, that's where the connections are. That's where the handshakes are. That's where all that dirty business be at. So if you want to call favoritisms or xenophobia or something like that, America's America. Guess who's America gonna side on? The side of America. Microsoft is America. Guess what? The FTC. That's right. That's who they have to go through. They're gonna pass that. It's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. Just don't be evil. How about that? But anyway, let me know in the comments below. We got off track a little bit, but let me know in the comments below. $550 for the PlayStation PSVR. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. They're not gonna sell. It's a failure already. Already a failure. I listened to Jeff Grubb. I listened to Lucy O'Brien, and they were like, "Yeah, nah." And she was like, "And it's wired." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not gonna sell. Nope." And then Jeff Grubb said, "Well, if they do Astro Bot, then maybe I might think about getting it early, maybe." I was like, that's a huge caveat. Hey, and the game's got to be good. Oh man, that's a tough pill to swallow. Let me know in the comments if y'all are gonna go and jump on that $550 PSVR 2. Also, let me know. PlayStation Plus losing 2 million subs in this short period of time. Is that a good look? Is PlayStation Plus doomed to fail? Is it even a competitor, Game Pass? I don't know, man. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out. And remember, hit up the comments. I had a big juicy comment. I'm in the middle of commenting right now. I was gonna either write to it or do these videos. So I decided to do this video. I'll get to you. I'm not procrastinating. I just gotta, do some stuff first. But anyway, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one.